Good morning. Yes, I am live, and I'm back to using my favorite B.Live Studio 2 platform. I'm loving it. It is the reliable to get back to. I'm so used to this method of doing my live streams. I've reverted to using this one this morning, and I have actually got the live stream cross-posted to my Boundy page and the Hypnosis Plus with Ros page on Facebook. It is live streaming at the same time to my YouTube channel, and I've just discovered that I don't know what happened with Facebook in the background as I was trying to monitor my Ros Boundy one. It's not loading, so it's all good. We are here in our Be Live and ready to do our daily live stream for the card reading. Now, if you want anything more than just the general reading, there is the stream going across there. Good morning, Sarah. How are you? Love those little emojis. Isn't it good that we got the technology that we've got? So I'm going to switch around to the cards so that we can move into our reading for the day. Keep in mind it is a general reading and you need to be switching on too so that you get the practice. So we've got the Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck. That is the type of cards that I'm using with this. It's the tool that I love. It's the expanded edition too, so keep that in mind as we're looking at one of these cards is from that, and that's this one. So we usually have 36 cards in a Lenormand deck, and when you see anything above the 36, you know it's from an expanded deck. Good morning, Angelique. Lovely to see you here. And so we've got the 5-card spread as usual. So this one's the workspace energy. We've got the home space here where the moon is sitting. We have the birds in the unexpected position. The fish are in our your role position, and right in the center is the lady as the outcome. And I thought, wow, how appropriate when I saw that one. I thought, well, this spread is about me. So if you're looking at it and you're not a lady, that's fine. Just take this. I'm seeing it as being it's about you. So the outcome is having that focus that's more, and it's not in the selfish way, it is just about the self. So that's what I'm feeling with it being in the outcome, but we won't get there straight away. Good morning, Carol. How are you? So remember our order of reading this spread, these cards, is this one, it's going to be the well as 1, moon as 2, birds 3, fish 4, and woman as the 5th card. So with the well in that workspace, the work position, it is about getting into our resources and bringing it up to the surface. So it is more of those wonderful ideas that we've got, those projects or plans that we're moving into, getting them up and out into the daylight and actually using them, moving them forward, seeing them with a different light or perspective. So we've got that beautiful sunshine glow behind the upright of the well, and it's shining on the bucket and it's bringing all of those ideas forward. Whatever you feel that you need to be moving forward to with as the emphasis for you in that next project or the idea that's got the most passion behind it, move with it, bring it up and use it. Okay, and see where it's going to go with your flow of the energy that you're putting into it as well, because remember, light is energy. And then we've got the moon, that's another form of light. It's the reflected light. This is the more nurturing one that's in our home space. So the gentleness and feeling of, it is a sparkly type of a light in some respects. It's just got that silver glow in well, it does to me, because it is that reflection of the sun, but it doesn't make it any lesser. It just gives it that different perspective. And because we've actually got the moon here in that home space, it is another step in that cycle of what's next for us in our day. So it is just taking that next step in the cycle. And if you've got something that you feel is happening that seems to be a bit out of your control, just look at the mechanisms behind what's happening. Here we've got the solar system as it's meant to be, represented in this mechanism that's sitting underneath the moon. And how gently, to me, it looks like how gently the moon arc is being completed by that circle in the center of the cycles. So we're seeing the circular pattern in this in three forms, really. And it is actually continuing on with that cycle in whatever form it is that you're looking at it as your perspective. Whether there's something that you need to just have in your mindset or in the physical that's going to complete that cycle of the moon holding to complete that circle, or balancing above what is the complete solar system there, as far as that flattened circle that's there. It's all different ways that we can look at things and have that perspective. Oh God, yeah. I can see that there is another one of those trawlers. Yeah. Do not respond to Malik, because he is one of those who is trying to con reading out of you, uninvited to a page, uninvited to a site, etc., etc. That's all I'll say about that. It will be a comment that is going to be banned. And I'm just going to, I will actually do that straight away. So please bear with me as I do that, because I don't actually have anyone else monitoring or being in the background for me while I'm actually doing this. So in this respect, what you can actually do, and this is where I'm actually going to, I wonder if I can actually share a screen to show you how this is done. I am going to do this, just see what it does it like. Go here and bring myself up as the large one, bring it into the screen. I know this is an interruption, but I think it's actually important. So you are seeing some of my stuff here, I suppose, in this background. I'm just wanting to go to my time, so I'm going to go straight to that. Oh, the click was here, wasn't it, for today's show? So we're going to go to this. And I do think it's important for people to realise, and you may get the echo. I know this is, I've got to get to the comments. So you are seeing, and you did get that. So here is a response. You click on the side. If you are on a desktop, you go there and use, and I am going to report this one, and it goes to there because it is spam. And you click on the next, and I'm going to click there and ban that person, and that's all I need to do. It is done. Now, do not respond to any more of those comments. I think I can actually delete the comment too. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, going off that. Thank you for your patience there, for anyone that was who is online and watching, but that for people who are sending spammy invitations for readings that are not invited and not meant to be, I don't know what it's called. It is a spam. So, but there's, so there was a quick lesson in behind what is a tool that we're using as far as our own readings for our day. So we've gotten to the moon in our home space. So it does reflect the light and bring things out of the shadows and into the light for us. So that in itself is going to shine up those things that may be the non-genuine, like we did with that just a moment ago. It's going to bring those things that we might have in doubt in our minds, or something that we're just not quite sure of, and it becomes open and revealed. Almost like bringing our resources in our workspace and that avenue of whether we work for business, work for ourselves or for someone else, we're bringing those ideas and thought processes there on that more physical, practical workspace level out to being in that bright yang energy. Here we have the yin energy of the gentleness and nurturing, really, of the feminine. So I'm feeling a really great balance in that this morning. And as we move into the birds up the top in the unexpected, that's about the communication that's going to pop into our day unexpectedly. So there could be someone that you're going to have a really good conversation with, or, communication in text. It can be the written sort, but because we're seeing this in the nature of a group of birds, and we know that when a flock of birds comes together, that they're chatty, chatty, chatty with their bird song and all that we can listen to, because many times I can be sitting here and I'm listening to birds outside my window because I've got a few trees there, just nice, beautiful bottlebrush bushes and things like that. And the conversations that you imagine them happening, and it is just unexpected. Expect that type of communication for you today in whatever you're doing. Be aware of how important, too, that sometimes our words can affect a person for the rest of their life. So we can sometimes see that happening. Well, because I know there's things from many years ago that I just remember because it was so important at the time to have heard those words at that point in time, and they have continued having meaning throughout all of my life. Be aware that you could be that for someone else as you're speaking and moving through your day. Okay, and here we've got in our role, remember this is your role, fish. Fish is about abundance. Fish is about moving together in community. Well, you know how they school together and do those instant turnings and just have an instinct for what is next, or at least that's what we see when we see schooling fish. Just being present in where you are, each and every part of your being, each and every part of your day almost. It's not having to have that awareness consciously all the time, because that can be so damn tiring. It really could. What we're actually moving to is just having the awareness and presence of mind to know when little things are needing that consciousness, if you understand that. So that, as we move up and we probably come up to, a piece of coral that's living in the sea, for instance, using the sea as that story, that you don't have to actually see it right from the start of your day to know that you're going to, at some point in time, do a very quick and move on and around and all that sort of stuff. I don't want to hit this coral. You're just going to be moving about your day, and when that awareness comes up, because you can see it in front of you, you move around it. It's the same thing about our other senses, having our awareness around us to be able to move consciously with our decisions at the right time. And we know that that's going to come forward at the right time with our birds, that unexpected card. We'll have that right moment of awareness. Someone will talk to us and say the right words in that instance. We might be walking around and realise, there's something on the footpath that we don't really want to be treading in, and we move around it. And you know what I mean with that one. So, oh God, if somebody could delete that one, would be lovely. I'm just going to quickly go back into this next one that's one of those spammies. They do pop up as silly comments and etc. And I'm just going to move that. So I'm so sorry for this, and I just need to do that one again. These little interruptions. And that's very much demonstrating what I'm saying as far as the awareness of what's happening in our space and moving around it very gently sometimes, and other times needing to actually have to take absolute instant action for our safety. And be aware of that, have that consciousness about you, that awareness, and that is your role through the day. And as our centre, when I saw this one popping in, as in laid down for our reading this morning, I thought, wow, there I am in the centre. It is about self, and it's not in that selfish way. It really is digging, going within, because the moon card is going within to those sometimes shadowy areas of self that we wonder, why do I feel that way? And having to actually look at those inner emotions and feelings that we might have about something that we're not aware of, being way back from when we were little kids and had the influence of those words that might have had an effect in a way for the rest of our lives. Digging into our beautiful, strong resources, and that's the me. Here we've got this card spread. It really is. That center is going into self and understanding and being aware of what we have about us today. And sometimes, yes, digging into that self-nurturing place. This is our home and relationships. Well, it is relationship with self and how we're working that through our workspace. And then with others as well, what our role is. It is in communion with others. We've got two community type of cards here with the multiples. You know, we've got the birds and we've got the fish. We don't operate alone in this context. So that effectively is our card spread for the day. What you can do is move forward with whatever guidance you're needing in your day. And thank you, Sarah. Each and every person that does reporting along those lines that I showed, I think it does have an effect on the Facebook thingy as far as how much notice they take of whatever the IP address is of people that are doing these. Hopefully that's how it works. Still persist, because uninvited spam is not the go. And the more that we actually stay on top of it ourselves as individuals, the better. So that's where the reading is for today. Thank you very much for being part of my sharing and, you know, being able to do what I love doing every morning anyway, and being able to share that with you. I love doing this. It's just a blessing to be connecting with people all around the world with the technology that we do have. And I thank you to those who've been watching live and those who are going to be watching on replay. Blessings for your day, and continue to be the best person that you can be in whatever way that you're receiving your guidance.